All right, the Detroit Lions sign a defensive back. Knew this was coming. Add a little security blanket, and this Tre Flowers. Now, hey, not this Tre Flowers. Oh man, take you back to the Patriot way. Remember that? Oh my goodness, we signed him. I was like, let's go. D end from the Patriots. Like, you just coming off a Super Bowl. That's gonna be awesome. No, it was not. We'll get back to that in just a second for fun. But Tre Flowers, he's been around the league a little bit, but he has 287 career tackles, 4 interceptions, 5 forced fumbles, so he's going to be signed. And he's 6'3", which, I don't know. I've always liked bigger corners. I don't know if they actually do better or not, but it's like, it's nice to have kind of that bigger corner that can match up maybe with a bigger wide receiver. Maybe they're slower, and I don't know, but Tre Flowers, I love that. And then, the good news is if we go down here, is he's DJ Reed. He's going to be down for a while, but the good news is it's not a season ender. We'll get him back, it looks like. So awesome. And then for Terrion Arnold, it was same thing. I don't think it's a huge thing, but the question is he going to be ready for this week? That would be the question. If it's not this week, he should be back next week for sure. So all things considered, awesome. And then the other thing is, so with this Flowers guy, 6'3", 200 pounds, established himself in a run defense, PFF grade of 80 or higher, and 3 times in his 7-year career. So he's been around. He's been with a lot of different teams. But I like when you can add a little bit of experience this time of year, because it's like, are you getting a rookie guy? Like, what are you getting? So it's like there's guys out there, and we highlighted this, and he actually was not one of them. But there's a lot of different options out there, and so it's nice to find one. A lot of defensive backs, I guess is what I'm saying. Other thing about this game coming up against the Cincinnati Bengals is, I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but David Montgomery is from Cincinnati, has not played against the Cincinnati Bengals at Cincinnati since he's been in the league for 6-7 years, and he's going back there. The other thing I didn't realize, his sister was in a bad car accident, actually got paralyzed from that, so she's going to actually be able to travel and be at the game. And so what you'll see on display is, like Dan Campbell, this is where the Lions organization has just grown so much, or not grown, just changed when Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes got there, is look for a heavier dose of David Montgomery this week. Dan Campbell just gets it. He gets it. It's hometown. His sister, who was in an accident, is going to be at the game. His family, friends are going to be at this game. So we've seen, it hasn't quite been a 50-50 split between him and Jahmyr Gibbs. We've seen Jahmyr Gibbs a little bit more. And I think we all agree that just gives you that little extra pop that you love. We all know that David Montgomery is great. Look for it this week, just tilt toward David Montgomery. And again, this is where Dan Campbell just gets it. Like, the last thing you'll see is just like, oh, shoot, we just didn't get David Montgomery in there as much or something like that. It's just, no, they get it and they know what's going on. So look for that. I think that'll be kind of fun to watch and just be really rooting for him in this game. I didn't know he was from Cincinnati, so I love that. Okay. Looking ahead to Cincinnati, this is on to Cincinnati. Famous quote. They defeated the Browns 17-16. Then the Jags, who the Jags, still the question's out on them, right? But they're 3-1. This is the only loss was to Cincinnati. And then obviously Joe Burrow goes down, and now you've lost to the Vikings. Huge. Never had a chance against the Broncos. Look at these offensive numbers. It's just, it's going to be tough for them. And Cincinnati's a mess all around in general before Joe Burrow went down. Like, literally, we all know the stories with them. That just, again, what I don't want to take for granted during this run, and who knows how long it lasts, and Dan Campbell and the whole thing, is there are a lot of poorly run organizations. We were one of them for a long time. Cincinnati Bengals are right in there. Cleveland Browns. You just see mistakes. You just see the way that they sign guys, don't re-sign guys, negotiation, Cowboys, trade. There's just a lot that can happen. And you see the Lions just smartly do things and try to communicate with the players, and guys want to play there, and all this stuff. But backup Browning has been a rough project for them, throwing for 500 yards, 3 touchdowns. Okay, not bad, and 5 interceptions. He's a backup quarterback, and we've talked about this a million times. It's just, there just aren't any good backup quarterbacks. It's just hard to lose your starting quarterback for any length of time and expect to be good. But you got Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Noah Fant, You just can't let these guys beat us, right? Like duh. Biggest strength, wide receiver. Biggest weakness, quarterback. Love it. The key matchup will be our secondary that's banged up versus the wide receivers. DJ Reed, Terran Arnold probably out this game. So can we get enough pressure? Can we stop the run so that we can get the resources to not play man coverage on Chase, right? That for me is going to be it. So can we rush with 4, and can we generally stop the run? If we can't stop the run, then it's like, well, let's get some guys up in the box, and then that's when a problem could arise. The other thing that we are just like so confident in as Lions fans now in this era of football is we are just not, knock on wood, just going to lay an egg offensively. We just have too much firepower. The general inertia of our team in our skill position is going to just by accident, we're going to score. You know what I mean? Like, unless a team plays us absolutely perfect, or, we run into a buzzsaw like we did in the beginning of the season, where we just didn't see that coming and just kind of, oh, okay, we just got caught on our heels there. But now that we're in the season, we're flowing a little bit, it would just be very difficult to not score 24 points. Maybe that's a little too much, but you know what I'm saying. Amon-Ra St. Brown, boom, boom. You just give us enough possessions. Eventually, Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, J-Mo is going to pop one. Sam Laporta is just going to have a big gain down the middle, So as long as our offense just does that, and then, yeah, it's hard to find a scenario where the Bengals upset us here because their defense isn't great. If they had one area where it was like, dang, like the Browns upset of the Packers kind of makes sense just a little bit, just because their defense is pretty dominating, and Myles Garrett is one of those just like Reggie White, and you're just like, okay. But I just don't see it. So let me know your thoughts in the comments if you see this or not. And then I told you I'd get back to this. Unbelievable. This era. Remember, it was the Patriot way, Matt Patricia, and you're just kind of like buying into it. Like, yeah, they've won a lot of games. So he's signing Patriot players. Literally, it's just, you can't even make this up, especially in hindsight now that you see it and you're watching it. Bill Belichick's over there just getting rid of like aging guys, and we're signing these Patriot players. Kind of the headliner was Tre Flowers, $90 million deal. Belichick's like, I'll see ya. I got Brady, and that's all I need. And these guys are aging, and we're just picking them up so bad. Oh my gosh. We've come so far from that Tre Flowers. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure you subscribe, and we'll see all of you on the next one.